What's good, Skins fans? So this video, of course, I want to talk about what Bucky Brooks said. A couple of Redskins YouTubers already made and chimed in on Bucky Brooks. And I really want to talk about Bucky Brooks because we rarely hear positive feedback or predictions from NFL analysts. You know, we all know Nate Burleson loves the Redskins. Apparently now Bucky Brooks loves the Redskins. You know, we had the run-in with the guy who was the clown who said we're going to be 2-14 in last year. You know, he almost was right. But, you know, like I said, I have to respond to some positivity. I don't always want to respond to the negativity, so I do want to, you know, chime in and praise and send praise to my man's Bucky. Dwayne Haskins tweeted, said, Bucky knows something. Bucky must know something. So what Bucky said was, not in the 2020 season. We don't want to get it out of context. Not in the season coming up. The years in like 2021, 22, or maybe 2023 that the Washington Redskins will have a parade. And I think we do have that potential. He's really basing it off of Chase Young. Chase Young anchoring the defense, kind of like how the 49ers did with Nick Bosa. You had multiple first-round picks on the roster. You know, multiple first-round picks on the defensive line, just like the 49ers did. And I know it's going to take time. The 49ers, it took time. It took a long time for them to get to where they were. They were bad. They were bad for a while with Kyle Shanahan. So you got to, like I always say, Rome wasn't built in a day. We do have a new coaching staff with Ron Rivera, who's I feel like is a great coach, almost elite defensive coach. Basically is an elite defensive coach. Jack Del Rio is an elite defensive coordinator. You know, everywhere he went, like Bucky said, Von Miller, you know, Julius Peppers. You know, so everywhere Ron Rivera has been, the defense has been great. Same thing with Jack Del Rio. Wherever he goes, they win games. You know, Raiders had Khalil Mack. You know, so he compares those guys to Chase Young, and they're definitely comparable. So I agree. And, you know, the biggest factor, of course, is quarterback Dwayne Haskins. So, you know, we have to see where he is in the 2020 season, how he plays. And then if he plays up to what I think he can play, where he's going to get a lot better, where he lost 10 pounds, looks more mobile, more dynamic, then yes, I feel like, you know, eventually we can have a parade in 2023, maybe 2022. I don't think 2020, but I do think we will make the playoffs in 2021. I think once, you know, Dwayne gets more development and Chase Young gets, you know, the chemistry going with Monte Sweat and Ryan Kerrigan, John Allen, Deron Payne, Matt Ioannidis, and them boys up front, that nasty defensive line with Jack Del Rio, I think we can definitely be a playoff team in 2021 and add you know, some more guys in the draft and free agency on defense and on offense. Then yeah, for sure, we should definitely make the playoffs in 2021 in the NFC East, definitely. Especially with the 7-team thing, you know, I think we should definitely make the playoffs. But Bucky, you know, shout out to my man Bucky, shout out to my guy Bucky. Said the Redskins, you know, definitely should have a parade in the near future. And I 100% agree with that. And then, like I said, in this video, I wanted to talk about my starters prediction for 2020, the defensive starters. Last week, I did the offensive starters. So I want to talk about the defensive starters. So defensive line is tough. You know, a lot of people say it doesn't matter who starts, it just matters who finishes. Because we have so much talent on the defensive line. Ryan Kerrigan, Chase Young, Deron Payne, John Allen, Matt Ioannidis, once again, you know, all those guys, Monte Sweat. You know, it's just going to be a rotation. It's going to be a nasty rotation of guys. I like Ryan Anderson too. It's going to be a nasty rotation of defensive guys, you know, who can come in and rush the passer. You know, so me, I have Chase Young starting. I have Jonathan Allen starting. I have Matt Ioannidis starting. I have Deron Payne coming in after that. And then, or coming off the bench. And I have Ryan Kerrigan starting. It was really tough between Ryan Kerrigan and Monte Sweat. I just feel like, and I'm just basing off of what I think Ron Rivera is going to do. I would start Monte Sweat personally, and then have Ryan Kerrigan as that, you know, rotational pass rusher, who's, you know, a veteran, comes in, you know, has a lot of energy. You know, hand in the dirt on third down, second down, come in and rush the passer, you know. But I think Ryan Kerrigan is going to start game one. And then Monte Sweat eventually will start, you know, later on down the line in the season. So I have Ryan Kerrigan starting. I have Matt Ioannidis. You have to start Matt Ioannidis. He was our best defensive player at times, majority of the season last year, to be honest with you. Had 8 sacks and was a Pro Bowl alternate. We only had, 2 Pro Bowl alternates on the roster. It was Landon Collins and Tress Way made the Pro Bowl. It was Landon Collins and Matt Ioannidis, and that was it. Those are the only Pro Bowl guys we had on the roster last year. So Matt Ioannidis was one of those guys. Deron Payne and John Allen weren't. So Matt Ioannidis, in my opinion, he deserves to start. I think he's earned that spot. You got to earn it in the training camp. I get it, but I think Matt Ioannidis definitely will start. So that's probably the most, controversial pick or dicey, decision or prediction. And then corners, I have Kendall Fuller. We paid him a lot of money. A good amount of money. $10 million a year for Kendall Fuller is a good amount, but I think it's reasonable. I think that's a reasonable contract. Kendall Fuller starting on the outside. I think he's going to play a lot of slot too, but I think Ron has more in store for Kendall Fuller. Looking at his contract, I think he has more in store playing him around. He might even play safety. He plays safety with Kansas City. I don't think he's going to start as a safety. He's going to start, of course, at corner. Kendall Fuller, Fabian Moreau on the other side. I think Darby will not start. I think Darby will play a lot, but he won't start. Jimmy Moreland won't start either. Jimmy Moreland's going to get a lot of playing time. He's going to get a lot of playing. He's going to play everywhere, too. I think he's going to play slot, outside, wherever. But I think he's better in the outside, but I think he's going to play a lot of slot, too. Aaron Colvin might make the roster, and what's his name? Greg Stroman might make the roster as well. So I think we need another corner, honestly. I think we need to sign another corner. We need more depth at the position. But those are my starters right there. Kendall Fuller and Fabian Moreau. Linebacker, I have Cole Holcomb starting. If Reuben Foster's not ready, if Reuben Foster's ready, I have him starting. That's how I feel. But I just don't know. We just don't know Reuben Foster. We just don't know if he's going to be ready week 1. John Bostic will start. And Thomas Davis, of course, the veteran. Ron's guy. That's Ron's guy, the veteran. And he played really well with the Chargers last year. Had 100-something tackles. And I think Sean Deion Hamilton will play a lot. I don't think he's going to start, but he's going to play a lot. Ryan Anderson's not going to start, but he's going to play a lot too. I really want to see Ryan Anderson play a lot. I'm excited to see Ryan Anderson. I'm excited to see Sean Deion Hamilton too. Kevin Pierre-Louis won't start. He's going to be more of a special teams guy. Probably will get a little bit of playing time, but more special teams. Same thing with Kaliki Hudson. I think he has a lot of potential. And then safety's pretty easy. Landon Collins will start a strong safety. And free safety will be Sean Davis from Maryland University. Used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So those are my starters. Cameron Curl will battle for a spot. DeShazier Everett coming off the bench, more of a special teams guy. Troy Akpe, I don't know what we're going to do with him this year. We'll see. He has a little bit of potential. So those are my starters right there. Chase Young, of course. Matty Ice, John Allen, and Ryan Kerrigan. And then Monte Sweat will come in. Monte Sweat, I still have Monte Sweat leading the team in sacks. I believe that. I seriously believe he will lead the team in sacks. I know a lot of people want to say Chase Young, but the reason why I have Monte Sweat leading the team in sacks is because of the double teams that Chase Young will be facing. And then Monte Sweat is going to have one-on-one, and he'll get back there. The potential that Monte Sweat showed me last year was very, 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 it was great. It was great. It was great. That's all I can say. I loved it. I love seeing Monte Sweat sack Dak Prescott, forced him to fumble. I loved it. Played his butt off, had like 2-3. He had 2 sacks in that game, and I want to say he had 2 forced fumbles in that game. Was sacking Dak, doing all that. So I love Monte Sweat. I can't wait to see what Monte Sweat does next year, and hopefully he gets some more Old Spice commercials. I want to see the production before the commercials. Not the commercials before the production. That's what I want to see out of Monte Sweat. So those are my predictions for defense. So channel announcements. I'm getting a new phone. So I've heard, of course, there's been some audio issues here and there with the new phone. Team Apple, Team iPhone, getting a new phone. It arrived yesterday, so I'm going to get it set up. So it's going to have a lot better audio, things like that. So I can't wait. It's going to be easier to record and a lot more videos for my channel members. So stay tuned. I will be making more videos. I will start making a lot more videos for my channel members. Or start making more videos, or start making videos for my channel members. It's just gonna be easy to record. And Washington Wizards fans, I have not forgotten about the Washington Wizards. I have not forgot about. I don't want to treat them like a redheaded stepchild, because I still love my Wizards, and the season is supposed to be coming back July 30th. Today's the 1st, so we still have some time. Who knows if the season's gonna happen? I pray both in NBA and NFL is going to happen. MLB reduced their season to 60 games. I got a feeling the NFL might reduce their game, or might reduce from 16 games to 10 games, and reduce the preseason games, of course, to 2 games. So that, I have a weird feeling that's going to happen. So we'll see. But like I said, I will be making Washington Wizards. I'm going to try my best to make Washington Wizards videos. It's just hard because there's not a lot of content about the Washington Wizards going on, to be honest with you, because with no games, it's just harder because NFL has had free agency in the draft, so we have more to talk about. Wizards, NBA ended in a weird time, right before the playoffs are going to happen. But I will be live streaming Wizards games. I will be doing reactions to Wizards games. I will be doing live reactions here and there to watching Wizards games. So Wizards fans, hang in there. I will be making content for the Wizards. So, all right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Hail to the Wizards and hail to them skins. Peace.